Hello, everybody. This is John Solider coming to you live from the Sirius XM studios at the Wynn, Las Vegas. And we are here with a terrific guest today. And that's my new friend, Mr. Todd Shipman, who is kind of the all-purpose guy at Leela Q. You kind of do it all, don't you?
I do, yeah. Thanks for having me, John.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here, first of all. And we're here for a really special event tonight.
Yes.
And tell everybody what we're doing tonight.
Well, we're here partnering with the Aoki Foundation as a sponsor for an event for brain health. And how do you want me to say that? Sorry. How do you want me to present the?
That's fine.
That's fine? Like, that seems too simple, no? For brain health? Or, Chris, is there a way you want me to describe?
Let's start from
Yeah, we're going to start over. But is there a way you want me to describe
we're
than just
here tonight for the Steve Aoki Foundation Gala. Couldn't
Gala?
be more excited to hang out with Steve and his other celebrity guests as we literally help raise money and awareness for brain health.
Perfect. Yeah, that's what I needed. Thank you.
All right, guys.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Was that okay, by the way? Was that 15 seconds on the intake? Was that okay?
Perfect, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Good, strong intro. I liked it. I have no complaints about it.
Good.
We'll rack that back. When do you want to pick it from the top, or do you want to pick it from the
Yeah, let's just take it from the top. Be easier.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that clarification. That's all I needed there. So,
Steve Aoki Foundation Gala.
Gala.
To hang with Steve and his celebrity friends as we raise money and awareness. Check.
Perfect.
We raise money and awareness for brain health.
Brain health.
Quantum Upgrade is a brand partner with the Steve Aoki Foundation.
Perfect.
Ready? Tell me when.
Well, hello, everybody. This is John Solider with the Human Longevity Show, coming to you live from Sirius XM Studios at the Wynn, Las Vegas. And we have a terrific guest today. I'm so excited to interview this gentleman, Mr. Todd Shipman, who's kind of you're kind of like the all-purpose guy at Leela Q. Every time I talk to your company and, it's like, well, talk to Todd.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me, John. I'm excited.
Well, tell everybody why we're here.
Yeah, well, we're here to celebrate the Steve Aoki Foundation Gala. It's a charity that we're hanging out tonight with him and his friends to raise money for brain health.
So it's exciting, and you guys are a part of that now, which is terrific. Tell everybody a little bit about quantum sciences.
Yeah, so with Leela Quantum, it's all based off of quantum energy, which can come across, I get like kind of woo-woo initially, but there's a lot of science that backs everything up. And quantum energy is basically the energy behind the matter. So at a subatomic level, and it's not a positive energy, it's not a negative energy, and that's where the benefits come because it's actually a neutralizing energy. So anything that it comes in contact with, which can be like EMFs, it can be mold, any type of external environmental stressors, it neutralizes it around our space.
Now let's talk a little bit about the science without getting too in depth, of course, because we've got listeners at all different levels of knowledge with this. And I know this was semi new to me when I interviewed Phil, the founder of your company, and I'd heard a little bit about this type of thing before, but as I kind of expanded my own knowledge base of it, it was like, wow, what a tremendous area of science that most people are not aware of. So talk a little bit, if you will, about quantum upgrade.
Yeah, so quantum upgrade takes it to another level with science and physics, where it is based off the base science of quantum entanglement. And that also can go over people's head as woo-woo initially. But, the Nobel Prize in 2022 was awarded in physics on the actual study and research of quantum entanglement.
And talk a little bit about the future, because this is something that, many people, myself included, you first learn about it and you say, well, what is that? Tell me more.
So where the benefits come and where we see them going in the future is really just health and wellness. So again, what you're doing when you utilize our products and technology is you're basically creating this bubble wrap of your own environment. So you're protecting yourself from EMFs, electronic magnetic frequencies, coming from cell phones and microphones and microwaves and cell towers, our cars, Bluetooth, all of that are setting it off. So it's protecting our bodies, basically our biological neurological response that it has, where we can show the before and after, where if you get next to a cell phone, what happens to your brain wavelengths? What happens to your brain? Where's the inflammation in your blood that come from having a cell phone near you or not? And that is where our technology will come in, because, you know, there are things like Faraday cages where you're blocking the technologies all at once and then you can't use your cell phone. And what we're doing is making it so that you can be synergistic with it. So we can have our cell phones, we can be here in this really cool studio having this conversation while being around things that can kind of cause the body some stress without having those actual physical responses. And we can show that with biomarkers like cortisol, HRV, which is your heart rate variability. You know, people have the Aura ring when it says like, what's your readiness score? That's like a layman's term of what's your HRV and if you're healthy or not. And we check brain wavelengths, and there's a lot of studies we've done. We just started with the EMF stuff, and we've just moved further and further and further, because quantum energy isn't something that we invented. We've just invented a way to harness it and utilize it on our bodies.
Now, I know you guys have several products. Okay. How many are we up to? And then let's come to the necklace, but last, if we would.
Well, gosh, we have probably 25 or 30 different types of products. We have clothing. We have necklaces, like you mentioned. We have hats. We have wristband stuff. We have different types of jewelry, little frequency cards. And we have actual quantum energy generators, which we call blocks, that you can buy online from us.
Now, I know tonight that you guys are going to be giving out a necklace, and we'll show the necklace in a second, at the Steve Aoki Foundation. And this is about brain health tonight. They're going to be honoring a very special gentleman, and we won't get into that right now for the sake of time. But how do you feel as a company to be able to come to an event like this and to be able to participate and have 500, frankly, high-level people? Some are celebrities, some are athletes, some are business people, some are just, you know, people that live here in Las Vegas or the area that'll be attending the event, and to be able to actually give them your product so they can actually take it home, use it, maybe become a customer. And a lot of them, of course, are big with social media. So they like it, you know, and all of a sudden, what's that they're wearing? So talk a little bit about the necklace and how you feel from a marketing standpoint about utilizing events like this.
As someone who is focused with marketing myself, like, this is just a golden opportunity, because one the thing that I really appreciate about when you have partnerships is that they truly align. Brain health is one of our main focuses. We can go into it in a minute, you know, but we've done so much research with brain health and our technology showing that if you put a cell phone up, you know, you get these what they call beta, and then you have gamma brain wavelengths, and those are what cause anxiety, stress, negative thoughts, and all that. And that's so when you're having anxiety, those are the brain wavelengths that are higher. And what we can show with our technology is that we suppress those while increasing the theta and the alpha, meaning you're calm, you can handle anxiety and stressful environments way better and smoother. And again, that goes with you're out of a fight or flight, which is also really healthy for you. So to be a partner here is an honor, because it's an authentic, real alignment of what our focus is as well. And then also, just as you said, on a marketing standpoint, you know, exposure is the best, and getting, you know, higher level celebrities and anyone with an influence to just wear our products and show. And when they can actually feel and experience the benefits and they share it, whether it's just organically to people around them, they get to see it in photos. That's just a win-win for everyone.
Exactly. So tell everybody about the necklace.
Yes, so this is our heal capsule that we have right here. This is a smaller one, and it is brass. What we have inside here are about 5 of these titanium spheres, and the spheres those are what are quantum charged with the quantum energy. So it's pulsating out. Now, inside right here on the out of the brass is where we hold all these different frequencies, and that can be micronutrients. There's a whole different types of frequencies. We create our own recipes basically for these. There's, I think, about 100 different frequencies that is imprinted into this product.
Amazing.
So, yeah, it's great.
So tonight at the Aoki Foundation, everybody is going to go home with your product. How exciting is that when you wake up tomorrow morning and you talk to your partner, Phil? I think he's over in Germany right now, and you say, Phil, we had 500 people, because we don't know everybody coming tonight, obviously, right? You know, some people will be there for a little bit, some people will be there the whole night, but, you know, it's kind of an A-list of people. And to have them all in one shot get exposed to your brand, what do you believe that's going to do for Leela Q as a company in terms of its expansion?
Again, it's a golden opportunity for us because this is something that it helps everyone that wears this. So these people, whether they're in front of cameras, they're again in front of the EMFs, they're a stressful experience, like this actually will benefit them. So it's not something that we're just getting, they show it, like it actually has purpose that will help them. And that's really where I come in, because I have the enthusiasm of like authentically helping people. And that's what this is going to do for these people who are, I don't live that same lifestyle. We can assume that they stay up late because they're working. They're in front of artificial light all day, EMFs, in stressful environments, and this is going to help them have a smoother life like that and better health.
Great. And Leela Q now is how old is the company?
We are just about 5 years old.
About 5 years.
Yes.
And what have you seen in terms of the knowledge, if you will, of people who've used your product? What have been some of the overall benefits, testimonials, people getting back to you without making any health claims per se, but what is some of the impact of your product in the marketplace?
So again, we have over 65 double-blind, placebo-controlled study research on our website where you can see all the really cool science. And it's hard to sit down and just be like this, and this, because it gets me. I get so excited. I don't even know where to start with things. But what things that we can see are up to a 29% increase in ATP production. So that's pretty much like our energy fuel, right? So having better ATP production, more efficient, is going to make you feel better. Again, we show that we are harmonizing and neutralizing the negative effects that EMFs have on the body, which will help everyone because we're just impacted by cell phones and everything else all day, every day for the most part. We see a 100% increase in wound healing. Which is also really cool, again, because your body is capable and resilient of doing so many things. But when you have all these other external environment stressors, like whether you're in a moldy house, or again, the EMFs are usually what's most common, which is why I bring those up. But then your body has to focus on that protection instead of healing wounds or any energy or injuries that you have. So it's really far extended what we can see in terms of the benefits from this. Again, the brain health one that we just did about a month ago is the biggest, coolest one that we've done, again, where we can show a 5G cell phone up on your brain for 30 minutes, and then within seconds, even 2 or 3 seconds of being around our technology when we bring it into the room, it takes it down to as if the phone was never there. So you're still on the phone using it, but you don't have the increase in beta and increase in gamma brain wavelengths like I mentioned before, which is what you don't want, because that is what gives you anxiety and stress and puts you in a fight or flight.
So as we get near the end here, Todd, let me ask you a couple of questions. I know a lot of athletes are using your product. I see some of the testimonials. Talk about that a little bit in terms of athletic performance.
We find a lot of athletes that they're really cool to work with, because you're talking about someone who literally is the best in the world at what they do, and they're focusing on that like little 0.1% adjustment that can increase them and make them even a little further. And we see, again, it's faster recovery. If you can increase your HRV, we have studies showing that we have an increase in REM sleep and deep sleep with our technology. So when you have an elite athlete, like, recovery is literally as important, if not more important, than the actual training to build yourself up. So you're able to recover faster. Again, just like we work with quite a few UFC fighters, and they're utilizing not so much our necklace or those products in the ring, but they will use Quantum Upgrade, which is a digital service that we're using. So they're getting the same benefits as if they were wearing the capsule. And while they're in a fight, they're able to have an increase in the alpha and the theta brainwave links, which is what they want to be in a flow state. So it's ideal.
And let me ask you another question on that, because I have a son that is studying engineering, and very intense with mathematics, but he's a kid, so he's always on his cell phone and his computer, and
yeah,
3-ring circus when you go into his room with different things. For young people, have you guys done any studies yet in terms of improving grades and performance in the classroom?
We haven't gone that direct yet, and the cool thing about, like, with Philip is, with all of this, we're always constantly doing new studies, because we also don't know what all the benefits are. So when we have things, we'll come up with it. When a certain amount of people, we get enough testimonials on this and that, we're like, okay, there's probably something to this that's not just subjective. So let's start doing some studies and test pilot and stuff. And but on that end, we work with a facility in India that's an autistic facility, and they without even the parents or anyone knowing, they put a few of our blocks in there, and they came back and showed like an increase in focus on the children, less tantrums, and more consistent bowel movements, which if you know anything with autism, like those are like the three really common issues and challenges that they have. So I would just say that's as far as we've gotten with that type of study, but showing that it increases the focus of someone, we could definitely see.
And I see people even using your product with their food prior to eating it. What are the benefits with that?
So with water, we can structure the water. Most people know Dr. Emoto, and he is the one who did all the water experiments. And we sent our products to them to show what it did, the effect on water. And as far as I'm aware, still to this day, we are the only product that they reached out and said, we want to sell your products at our facility or institute. And no, they don't do that with any other water structuring company. So it will basically revamp organic life into food as well. We can see we did a study showing a 92% decrease in the stress that food provides us, like with our technology. So like sugar and gluten and stuff like that, we're seeing a 92% decrease in the stress.
So you guys have covered a lot of bases in a very rapid period of time, because 5 years for anything scientific is, 5 years in most businesses is a long time. 5 years when you're dealing with science, heavy duty science like you guys, to, take very complex subjects, simplify them enough so that everyone can say, okay, I see the benefit for me. I don't need to understand all this stuff. Right. So where are you guys going as a company?
Well, one thing I want to mention, go back to the studies and why we do it so fast is, first off, initially, the word quantum is so diluted in the marketing world, it can come across really scamish and fraudulent. And there are parts of our technologies that are basically proprietary. So the ball is in our court all the time to prove our claims, to prove what we can do, to prove our products work. And that's why we are so focused on the technology, because we understand and respect that, like, if we're giving you limited information about how things are done, because again, it's still a business, but we can still show this with double-blind, placebo-controlled studies, So that's our focus on it. And anytime anyone has like, we noticed this difference and we noticed this difference, then Philip is always open to, okay. And a lot of our studies, I always forget to mention this, is interesting. A lot of our studies were done by people who initially were trying to debunk us. So we have quite a few scientists that wanted to, this is fake, it's not real, and we would send them our products and let them do their own research all by themselves, and every single one of them has become some of our biggest cheerleaders in terms of the product.
Great. Well, Todd, this has been a pleasure, needless to say. Continued good success. Are you going to join us up at the Super Bowl? We're going to do a similar event to this up at the Super Bowl in February. You guys going to?
I heard it's in my backyard, so absolutely.
It is in your backyard.
Yes.
Can't wait. And I crazy. I'm hoping the New York Giants are there, but somehow I doubt that's going to happen. But you never know, right? Always be optimistic. Any last thoughts?
No, just thank you so much for having me. I love what we're doing here, and being able to, as a brand, be able to get exposure like we're getting working with you guys in the Aoki Foundation.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Todd. And thank you all for listening. Listeners, this is a remarkable company. We've been watching what they've been doing for the last little while. Phenomenal. I can't wait to use your product, by the way. So I'm getting one tonight, one way or another. I may have to arm wrestle Chris Champion to get one, but I will get one tonight. And just once again, thanks, and continue good success to you and to Phil and to all the team over at Leela Q.
Thanks, John.